Hey guys, Spartan G Gaming here, and I'm back with another gold leopard and gold cheetah camo unlocking video, and the weapon of choice today is the Lewis LMG. As always guys, I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone supporting the channel and for sticking with me while on this journey to hopefully unlocking the Chrome Tiger camo before Black Ops 4 is released. But I've already made the video guides on some of the more tougher stock weapons, so if you are looking to enlarge your camo inventory, then I will leave a link to every single gold leopard and gold cheetah camo weapon guide that I've unlocked so far, and hopefully you guys can find help there if you need it. Okay, well, the Lewis, as you would probably expect and know by now, can be a very enjoyable LMG to stomp around with on any map. Now, as always, the map of choice is the usual Shipment 1944 that I'm going to recommend you go into, and hopefully you guys are not getting too tired of this map. I mean, the only reason I use it all the time is, as you would expect, because any kills will come thick and fast at times, and there is not a lot of places the opposition can hide. Now, if there is anyone still looking to get the Lewis to Gold camo, I will leave a link now in the top right where it will take you to a playlist of all LMGs and a complete guide in helping with headshots, rapid kills, bloodthirsties and basically all challenge requirements to unlock every camo for any LMG. Now when you do take the Lewis into action, you're going to want to select a variation. Now for all my gameplay you will see shortly I use the Chatterbox 2 heroic variant, but you guys can select a different variation depending on what you have in your collection if you want to. Now I had been made aware from all the very positive feedback I've been receiving that variations are not only for appearance and soldier XP only, as I had been saying in previous videos, but they can also help tactically in gameplay. So if you do select a smaller variation compared to a larger weapon variant, it can actually help you in gameplay, especially if you like to use that stealthy hidden gameplay approach. So as an example, a smaller weapon will not stick out from a doorway such as a larger variant would do, giving away your position. So that definitely makes sense, but the variants will not improve your gameplay in that there are no special attachments equipped on the weapons such as rapid fire or extended mags. All variants are the same in how they perform. Now I'm actually going to skip the part today guys about the prestiging of the weapon up, as you should all know by now how it works. So once you reach Prestige 3, the challenge that will be revealed for the Gold Leopard camo is to get 2 rapid kills 25 times. Now that is so mega easy. We're actually going to move on as usual. We'll get the Lewis to Prestige 4, reveal the Gold Cheetah camo challenge, which is getting 25 triple kills, and we're going to blend all video clips into one rapid kill frenzy guide. And today I've got 2 setups to show you. Now at this stage I have to say that you do not have to select the setup that I'm about to show you. If anything, the setup I selected is just one of many combinations that works very well with the Lewis. So you can experiment and select something completely different from me if you want to. The first setup I experimented with was having infantry division on. I like infantry for LMGs as we get to have a 4th attachment. Now that can come in very useful to make the LMG more equipped up with attachments. And at level 4 we get to move faster while aiming. And because we have a big bulky weapon to manoeuvre about, it just makes sense to have this help make the Lewis feel a bit more agile. When it comes to attachments, it's really up to you if you want to experiment. But I selected the quick draw. As I said earlier, with us having a big bulky weapon in our hands, it really will slightly improve the aim down sights faster, making the weapon feel like it can slightly keep up with more agile lighter weapons. The next attachment I selected is more of a preference thing really guys. You can, when it comes to the sights, choose to stick with the stock sight. And again, going back to the different variations of the weapon, every different variant has a different sight. So you might just want to play around with a few variants and see what you prefer. But I prefer to have the reflex sight on. But don't forget you have the option also to select the 4x optic to help with zooming in a bit further away if you want to. I do normally like using the 4x optic, but I find when using weapons that do have a bit of recoil that when zoomed in with the sight it can feel a bit jumpy and very difficult to keep your aim on target. But I'm actually going to leave that up to you guys into what sight you prefer to select. My third attachment I equipped was the full metal jacket. Now the reason behind this is that when firing the Lewis I find that a lot of bullets do often go astray, and those stray bullets sometimes can get you kills by penetrating through surfaces of the wooden containers, where normally without full metal jacket on you probably wouldn't have got those kills, so it really did help. And the 4th attachment I went for was the rapid fire. Now I would normally only equip rapid fire if I had selected extended mags, as the rapid fire will chuck out bullets like there's no tomorrow. But there is a reason that I'm about to go through with you into why I selected rapid fire without equipping extended mags at the same time. But I don't want to confuse you guys, as you can still set up extended mags if you want to with the basic training I'm about to show you. But the reason I didn't select extended mags with this first setup that I'm showing you here is mainly because I selected the escalation basic training. With this training, when you get multi-kills, you instantly get your magazine filled again. So when you think about it, this is the reason extended mags is not really needed. So instead of wasting that attachment slot, that's why I opted for other attachments rather than wasting having the extended mags on. But you can still equip extended mags with this training, there's no doubts about that guys, but it's really not needed. Okay, so with the first setup that I just showed you, let's get into some action now so you can see how it works. Now the best thing you can do to make rapid kills easy and fast is most probably to camp behind the jeeps and barrels. But I'm determined to challenge the gun and myself to see if I can get rapid kills while on the move. Probably not the best tactic to get rapid kills or easy kills, but it's always good to stretch your legs and see what the selected attachments and perks we equipped can actually do for us. And it's always good to be different to what other players do in game. Sometimes it can get congested behind the jeeps if you're not the first there, and so camping behind the jeeps may not always be an option. So that's why I like to experiment with other options in case we need to use them. So let's now draw your attention to look now at our ammo supply guys in the bottom right. So you can see the reason with this setup we didn't select extended mags where normally I would, as I love any LMG pumping out as many bullets as I can. But when we get our multi-kills, and that means we've only got to get a double kill and we instantly get our mag filled again. How cool is that? Now the only reason this would not work in our favour is when we don't get a rapid kill. But the worst thing that can happen is that you run out of bullets and have to reload. If you do have to do that, remember to hide up somewhere of your choice to reload, as it can take a while for any LMG to reload. But also, as you can see, getting rapid kills with this first setup I gave you can seem quite easy, and you can keep on the move while doing so. As we have the luxury of quick draw, being able to aim sights up faster, still probably not as fast as an SMG or pistol would be, but then if your reactions are faster than that of a player with a lighter weapon, well, that can add to your combination and get the kill nearly every single time. We also have the luxury of full metal jacket equipped when we're just spreading bullets, and also rapid fire to keep the fire rate of bullets flowing out quick so that we can pump as many bullets into the enemy to get that kill fast and easy. Now I found that getting triple kills with this first setup was okay, and I used it for a good while actually. I would say on average it was getting me 2 to 3 triple kills a game. Fury kill seemed a little bit more difficult, and I was getting maybe a Fury once or twice every 3 to 4 games, but obviously I wanted to improve that as I know the LMG is capable of doing better. But it's when coming up against tough opposition who run round with nothing but SMGs that I mostly wanted to improve on, as that can make your stats seem very low at times throughout your gameplay. So that's why I ended up experimenting further and coming up with a second setup that I felt was the best setup I could have had ever for the Lewis, as Furies, Frenzies started to happen more often, even when up against tough opposition. But I now don't want you guys to think that the setup I just gave you is a waste of time. It is still a really great setup for what's going to be about 90% of what gameplay you're going to have. But for the last 10% of games that you get are going to have really tough and probably world-class opposition in them. This setup is really to overcome some of the difficulties that you will have against SMGs and all sorts of tactics that those opposition will have. And so the second setup I experimented with and found very useful, and you can try this out yourself if you want to guys, was the Division Armoured. This is a preferred Division favourite on the shipment map. This will protect us for a limited time against significantly less fire and explosive damage. Also, we will now be immune from shell shock and tactical equipment. But beware, I have experienced while using armour before still some concussion that has slowed me down. We can now also do away with the full metal jacket attachment, as we don't need it anymore. As at level 3 we get increased bullet penetration through surfaces, so we can select another attachment instead. And also we have at level 4 greatly reduced flinch when shot. Now this is a very underrated perk I personally think, and I love it, and it works very well with any LMG. The basic training we had selected, Escalation, is now being swapped for another personal favourite of mine for any LMG, which is Scoped. Now while aimed down the sights we can now move faster. If you remember, we did have originally this perk with the infantry division, but now we have it equipped as a separate training. And as I said before, that really helps with any big bulky weapons such as LMGs to match in a slight way the speed and agility of any enemy's lighter weapons when aiming down the sights. In regards to any changes in attachments, I am going to keep the quick draw on to get my sights up faster, and I'm also going to keep my reflex sight on as that's my preferred sight. Now, because we swapped the escalation basic training for the scoped instead, we now have no other way to earn more ammo. You can select the basic training forage if you wish, but I prefer to select the extended mags attachment as my third and last equipment, as now it's going to take your supplies bullets in your first clip from 47 stock bullets to 97, which will be more than enough bullets to rapidly kill any enemy that stand before you. And so the difference in speed, agility, power and stats at the end of any match were a whole lot better and were very recognisable, and especially it felt more promising when facing tough opposition. We all know there are players' names out there who we do know can be good players, and so we remember them from previous games. And so when you know you're up against them, let's try to make it tough for them for a change with a setup that explodes them out of the park. And in most games and cases that can happen. But you will now find with this setup that it is more easier to get not only the rapid kills to complete the gold leopard and gold cheetah camos easy, but also merciless, ruthless, relentless, even earning a V2 rocket can be achievable reasonably easy. Well, actually, now thinking about it, I said easy. It is very hard to earn 30 kills without dying, guys, so don't get me wrong. I think what I meant to say was that it will feel more easier to potentially go on to earn that amount of kills that you need to get a V2 rocket. But hopefully you guys can now see the difference. I just wish though that you could feel the difference really, as that's how you're going to know really what improvements it has made from our last setup. But when shooting the enemy, it now feels stronger and more powerful. The speed and agility of our LMG now feels lighter. And again, it now makes running and overall movement of the LMG feel like we don't need to camp behind the jeeps again, as keeping on the move actually feels suited to what tactics we are choosing to play with. And don't forget guys, with this new Division Commando that's available, to actually look to the skies, as you can also get easy rapid kills without any head-on confrontation. But other than the usual tactics I would normally give you guys, the map is always going to be your best friend to turn to always help identify where the enemy locations are. So don't forget to use this as a massive advantage to your gameplay. But whatever gameplay you choose to play, whether it's camping behind the jeeps or setting yourself a challenge and keeping on the move with the big bulky LMG like I did. And I actually think after setting out to achieve a decent setup for the LMG to keep with on the move as much as possible, I actually did a good job. But I have to admit, at the start I did struggle to keep on the move with the LMG, but experimenting and getting that correct setup eventually did make it a whole lot easier. Okay, so this is the final triple kill that I needed to unlock the gold cheetah camo, and it just so happens it ended up being a super kill. But it was quite lucky as my sticky getting stuck to the barrel there nearly killed me, so you guys can laugh out loud if you want to. But I'm going to leave it there guys, and hopefully I have given you some ideas of what setups can work very well for the Lewis LMG. And hopefully you guys do go on to unlock the gold leopard and gold cheetah camos as easy as I did. Don't forget to leave me your comments guys if you have found any other setups that also work well for the Lewis. And so then we can share the setups all together and help one another if there are players out there who feel they need it. Okay, so we're going to take one last look now at the gold leopard and gold cheetah camos that you will earn after completing those challenges. And they do look okay, especially if you have chosen a heroic variation to show the camos off on. But these are cool camos to add to your collection. And they are all going to be needing to be unlocked if you are after the secret chrome tiger camo like myself. Okay guys, so don't forget if you have found the video useful today to tap that like button. And please subscribe for more Call of Duty content and for more weapon camo unlocking guides. Next up, I'm going to be getting the PPSH-41 to gold leopard and gold cheetah camos, so expect plenty of carnage with that one. Now hopefully you guys will find at the time to join me for that once I've completed it. Well, you guys have been amazing for all the support that you've given me, so a massive thanks for everyone joining me today. Now go get yourself into some action guys and get those camos unlocked, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take care everyone, over and out.